I think we just need to look at the genesis of this, of course, and it's clear that the government did not intend on renewing the contracts of these 3 gynaecologists, people that offer significant service to women within our community. And that was timed specifically at when these contracts had to come up for renewal. And it is obviously outrageous that we have a situation where 3 important consultants within the GHA were not being renewed. And the decision was, we are not renewing. That was changed probably as a result of pressure from the union Unite, pressure from the community at large, and the high level of discontent insofar as industrial relations within Gibraltar at the time. So I'm very concerned at how this was managed by the Ministry for Health and the lack of explanation as to what those clinical concerns are and how they've been remedied.
Now, presumably, these explanations cannot be given because clinical concerns are issues that affect patient information. They won't be able to give you that.
But look, if you think about how many people use our GHA in the medical services, surely public safety and confidence within the GHA is so paramount, particularly at this very crucial time within the health crisis. And people
but not at the expense of revealing patient details.
Well, we're not talking about, Jonathan, with respect, we're not talking about revealing patient details. People want confidence that the care that is being delivered to them in our health service is of top quality. And if there are concerns about that, the clinical concerns about those performing that, then we need to know, generally, I'm not asking for names, of course, we need to understand the clinical concerns. And they seem to have been remedied in very short order, and in no less than 3 weeks have been reinstated. So, serious question marks over the management of this issue still remain.
There are two main points to this. First of all is the clear lack of succession planning. There's the question of whether clinical negligence has been a factor or whether they are slightly below standard. I understand they're a little bit older, so perhaps there was an intention to move these staff on, separate to my second point, which I'll bring up in a second. But the point is that recruitment should have started in May, if that were the case. The second point, clearly, is one on moral grounds. Is it right, is it legal, should it be legal to recruit someone on a part-time basis for 2 to 3 years, up to 4 years, but before that 4-year mark, release them and send them back to where they came from? I mean, morally, I think that is wrong. I don't think it's something that Gibraltar can stand up and be proud about. And secondly, what does it do for morale? It's a big one, a big negative. But also, it means, what do these people? They're fearful that they won't have their job in a year's time or whatever. Will they work to a low degree of efficiency? Will you be able to recruit?
You said that you had safety concerns. What do you mean by that?
Well, the safety concerns means if these 3 gynaecologists were deemed to be substandard and there was clinical negligence.
I don't think anyone said negligence. I think they said clinical concerns.
Grave clinical concerns, Jonathan. That normally implies something more dramatic, I think. And so, yeah, the word was put out. That's why I said I think it's been horrifically handled. We haven't heard, at least at this stage, of any severe errors or repeated errors. And you have to ask, why were they kept on for so long if that were the case? So perhaps it was a lesser degree, perhaps it wasn't so much, but either which way it's being horrifically mishandled.